Hi guys, I'm just going to show you something about the DJI Pocket 3, but also GoPro stuff as well. So if we have a quick look at what I've got set up here, this is kind of the average setup that I would be recording the back end of my car. Got the suction cup here, which I've had for a long time. Still works, has never fallen off. And the GoPro. This is the Hero 10 Black. Works fine when the batteries don't decide to deplete themselves. But yeah, it works very well. The handy thing about my car is obviously it's got an active wing that pops up 2 stages. At the moment it's on its highest setting. It can go down about halfway again, depending on what you're doing, what speed you're doing. As long as I don't go above 132, I think it is, where the rear wing goes down completely, because that's when the crazy rear windscreen starts creating stuff. Yeah, it actually shields and pushes the air upwards away from the camera and the microphone, so you actually don't get any wind noise at all, which is really good. I've seen a lot of people using the Pocket 3 on cars now. Absolutely brilliant, because you can track cars as well, so we can mount it. So I'm going to mount the Pocket 3 on to the car, and I'll be right back. I'm going to swap to the GoPro, and I'll explain what's good and what's bad, kind of thing, and what you should be doing, rather than trusting a certain piece of equipment that I wouldn't trust, especially at speed. So guys, this is the Pocket 3 in its native way, really. It fits in your pocket, it's absolutely perfect. It's a brilliant bit of kit. Obviously you've got the crazy gimbal and everything like that, so if you've never seen one of these, it is one hell of a bit of kit. Obviously the GoPro has its place. I wouldn't be putting the Pocket 3 on the back of my car in the pissing rain or anything like that, or bad weather, where you can actually put the GoPro underwater and things like that. So that's certain tools are suited for certain jobs. I think you can possibly buy a waterproof housing now for the Pocket 3, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, what people are using, and ignore the clamp system on here because I've not got the right adapter for the Pocket 3 to sit on there. But what happens is the Pocket 3 basically clicks onto there, and people obviously ignore this clampy bit down the bottom, ignore that. But what people are doing is they're putting a GoPro adapter into the quarter thread on the bottom of the adapter there, which I've got a Arca Swiss mount on, which I use it like this all the time, you know, clamping it to things, which works very well. So when you turn the camera on, obviously it will sit there. That's only being held on by 2 small plasticky clips and a USB plug on there. I would not trust that at speed, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour at all. There is a solution though, and it's not expensive, and it's well worth doing. Right guys, got the Pocket 3, and we've got the adapter here, which is basically a little cage for the camera itself. And all we do is slot her in, and she will basically sit in there like that. You can see, fully secure, can't go anywhere at all. You can still plug a cable in the bottom if you wanted to run it powered. It still turns on and everything normally. And basically then what we can do is, I've got a little extension bar here, camera there. Obviously that is well wonky, but at the same time doesn't really matter with that gimbal on. And then we've got, obviously we can lower it down, aim that like that as well, go even lower. I would pull the tether much tighter than that, but there you go. So basically we've got a camera that obviously will track, and if you had it far enough out, it will track to quite a long way round to the other side of the car there. And the gimbal's on slow at the moment, but there we go. it's its own little cage. It can't fall off, it can't come unclipped. It's going to be a lot more stable on there as well. And that plastic cage there, I think is 15 or 18 pounds, can't remember, I have to have a double check, but I'll put a link in the description. So if you do want one, I think it's well worth it, just for safety point of view. It's in there securely, it's like double clipped in, and like I say, you can still rotate the screen and everything. There you go. So, and obviously you can have full control of it from in the car via your phone or a tablet or whatever as well. So I wouldn't risk it on that little clip because it's just not worth it. But you know, that's in there. It's a little bit of flex, which is what you need just to take away any bumps on the road, especially on my car because it's very firm. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, I might take it for a little spin and do a little bit of recording and see what it looks like. So as you can see, this is the actual adapter I was talking about. You get a little push button here which then opens them, but it's only been held on by a tiny 2 little clips, and that's why I wouldn't trust it at speed. I know it engages into the USB, but also you're putting a lot of pressure on that USB port as well, especially, you know, if you get some real bad bumps or something like that and it doesn't clip in properly. But they are just little plastic clips not designed for stuff like that. So that is why that cage there is there, and it's cheap. It's worth having. I'd buy a couple just so I've got a spare one if I ever lost it or broke it. It's also got a cold chill on there, so you could put a mic on there as well if you want to. So or even lighting or whatever you want to do. So yeah, it's definitely a well worth piece of kit. These metal, I've got aluminium, CNC machined aluminium bars. I've got some 30cm ones as well. These are on eBay. They've got multiple screw holes in them and stuff like that as well, so you can do other stuff. I think they're about £10 each or something. They weren't loads of money at all. They're well worth it as well. So yeah, if you're going to be doing filming on a vehicle, this is the way to do it. So I've just taken it for a little test run on here, and what happens, because this car is so firm, it does that a lot. There is a product out there that I think is just about to be released. I think it's this month. It's about 130 euros or $130, something like that. So roughly same in pounds. There's actually a pivoted, dampened lever, and you know, they sell bigger versions for big cameras and stuff like that, but they've made one for this. So I think I might invest in it, where it basically counteracts any movement. So basically this will stay level, doesn't matter what bumps happen. Basically suspension for it, under spring load and weighted balance, so you end up with the right weights to balance it. So yeah, but I'm just going to go and look at the footage now and see what we've captured.